Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the birthday stream. It's my birthday, and today we're just gonna draw for a little bit, just like we were doing last time. So, hey, we'll be doing this for about 2-ish hours, because I do actually have to do something else later today, and I just got back from eating, so I have a brief window between now and that other thing that I have to take care of, so that's what I'm going to be doing until then. So we do have a time limit, but we'll be having some fun today. Nearly missed this because of a local restaurant that somehow lost my order. I waited a full hour before complaining. I'm too patient for my own good. Happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I'm sorry that had to happen to you. We actually had pizza, and pizza usually takes quite a while, but now this pizza was quick. It was boom. I ordered pizza in like 10 minutes, 10 maybe 12 minutes. We had pizza, and it was good pizza too. So, anyways, okay, so let me go over what we have over here. So I actually have the rough draft of my model. Completed. You can see that the face is basically the same thing I did last time. I added the body this time. I did some modifications to the outfit from what we had before, so that it looks a little bit better. Obviously, I went more detailed with the anatomy, and we're not going to be finishing everything today. Of course, I've only got 2 hours, and it's probably going to take multiple days worth of work because I'm just a slow artist, but we have the rough draft, and now I just need to start preparing it for Live 2D. Now, preparing for something for Live 2D means separating each individual body part and individual parts within the clothes and everything into its own layer, and that's kind of how I draw already, but this is like even more extreme than that, so it's gonna be kind of awkward to get used to this style, but it is what we have to do. I don't have money to commission anyone. Okay, this is what I should do prior to my next art segment. Have a rough draft ready ahead of time. I have a very hard time coming up with solid new ideas while talking at the same time. Yes, that's understandable. I mean, last time, in the previous stream, I also had a rough draft ready, and we just added stuff to it, and even that was taking quite a while. So, you know, it's good to have a base to work with, and then you can go ahead and go wild. Okay, so first thing we gotta do is we gotta make this a little bit transparent, and now we can start adding layers. We can name this. I guess the logical thing to start with is gonna be the head, so we're gonna call this the head, and I want to see if I can do the line works first, because okay, like technically you're supposed to do line work, flat colors, shading. You're supposed to do everything on a layer and then leave that layer by itself. And the main concern here for me is that I attempt to reach the layer capacity of like 250 something that Paint Tool has. I attempt to reach that layer capacity very often, and this is definitely going to make me reach that layer capacity unless I am a little bit smart about how I approach this. So maybe what we'll do today is we'll focus on this area, the head and a little bit of the torso. And maybe in a separate stream we can do the rest of the body, or maybe I can do that on my own time. We will see. But for our goal tonight is going to be just getting this part to look presentable. Okay. I've got lots of questions about how VTuber avatars are constructed, but I'll try to pace myself. So first off, do you need to export to a special file format, or are the avatar built from multiple PNGs or whatever? I need to make sure that I export this as a PSD, as a Photoshop file, whatever the D stands for. Yeah, it has to be a Photoshop file, and you have to make sure that all of your layers are organized and separate it properly. Otherwise, when you import this into Live 2D, it's not going to work, or you're going to have a really bad time. So make sure it has to be a PSD, and all the layers have to be separated. That's how the actual Live 2D program reads it. And the rigging is an entirely separate process from the drawing. So I can do the drawing. I know how to draw. I mean, I'm not trying to be cocky here, but I know how to do this part. It's the Live 2D part that I have absolutely no experience with. I don't even have the program yet because there is a paid version and a free version. But the thing is that it actually tells you that you can just start with a trial of the premium full version, and then afterwards you can move into the free version, or if you want, buy the license, which appears to be quite expensive. So I don't know if I have the money for that. Actually, I haven't checked how much it is, but it's probably pretty expensive. It's a professional Illustrator program. Anyways, I would like to make sure that I can get this model done with the trial version rather than the free version, because the main difference that I know of the trial version of Live 2D is that when you're separating the textures of your model, it lets you have a much bigger canvas size as opposed to the free version, which is like either 1024 by 1024 or double of that. But the trial premium version lets you have like 8,000 something, and this canvas that I'm working with right now is about 6,000 1200 or something like that by 3,000. No, the other way around. 3,000 by like 6,200. So it's pretty big, and like this is at 100% size. It covers the whole screen. Like I can cover the entire. If I can cover the entire screen with just my face, that's big enough. I know that you can get even bigger, and you can like really zoom in on your character and like their specific facial features. But I mean, this is my first model. I'm not gonna try to make anything too crazy because I don't wanna overwhelm myself with a program that I've not even used before. Okay. Well, thank goodness Photoshop file formats aren't proprietary. That'd be an absolute racket if you were required to buy an Adobe license to get in this VTubing stuff. Nah. Depending on what programs you want to use and how you approach it, you don't really have to worry about buying too many licenses. But you can. Again, the Live 2D license is there for you to buy it if you want to do Live 2D commissions. Like beyond you, if you want to do your own Live 2D and you finish it and then you say, oh, you know what, I like Live 2D, I want to keep using it in the future, I want all the features that it comes with, you can do that. There are multiple face tracking softwares out there, and while FaceRig is the most popular one, it's the most popular because it's been around the longest, but from what I've read, it's not actually the best one, and especially because it eats up your CPU a lot. Like, just having FaceRig open will destroy your computer, basically is what I've heard. So I'm gonna try to use something like PR Live or VUP or something like that, that is a little bit friendlier towards your computer. And before I can do any of that, I need a face cam, which I did order from eBay, and it should be arriving here in the next couple of days. Hell, it might even be in my mail right now while I'm speaking, but I can't really go check on that, so I'll check on that later. Okay. I wonder if it is the kind of text Justin uses to make all those horrifying facial animations on the Gymquisition. I don't think that's Live 2D, but it's definitely something similar to it. Anyways. Yo, and I simply went to your old channel and was surprised to see this one. This is the old channel. I changed the name. I changed the name of the channel, but the actual channel is still the same. Yeah, you can actually change your Twitch username like once every 2 months. And I might change it again to something that's closer to Hollow Bastion. I didn't change it to Hollow Bastion because the username Hollow Bastion is already taken, unfortunately. But you know, if that wasn't the case, I would have made named myself Hollow Bastion or Hollow_Bastion. Or we're gonna have to Horo. We're gonna have to go with Horo Bastion for now. I mean, it's fine because in Japanese, that's how you say Hollow. Just Horo. So it's not too big a deal. But it, you know, it's a thing. Oh, Twitch was probably freaking out from the name change because the URL didn't match. Yeah, I imagine if we could change our channel names as often as the Steam usernames. I remember if I changed my handle in TF2 like hourly once upon a time. Yeah. The thing is with Twitch is that your URL is tied to your username. You can't do like on Twitter, where your Twitter handle is stationary, but your actual like display name can be whatever you want with whatever special characters you want on it. You can't do that on Twitch. It's either you either called one thing here and one thing here, or you're called another thing here, and that thing has to change up here, and you know that's why you can't have special characters. Oh wait, actually no, you can have some special characters on your Twitch display name, but not too many. Like it can't vary too much from your username up here. It's weird. Like if you actually go right now and try to change your Twitch username, it's gonna tell you like you can change a little bit. You can add capitalization if you want, but you can't really change your username. So we're not even gonna try. Of course, I have my wallet with me. Okay, so anyways, I'm trying to see what I can move on to next, but I keep forgetting like okay, we need to make separate layers for everything. So that was the head. Now we should make the glasses probably. Yeah, I suppose the glasses would be a good thing to work on. So I'll do the glasses. And the glasses are going to be different from the eyes, which are going to be different from the eyebrows, and different parts of the hair have to be separated. The ears probably have to be separated. This ahoge right here has to be separated. I might even have to separate the eyes into like top part of the eye and bottom part of the eye. It's pretty wild how specific you have to get. Now, thankfully, it's just the face that gets really specific. From here onwards, the clothes should be okay. Like I can probably put the entire arm as one layer and maybe just separate a little bit with the hands. The torso can just be one thing. This zipper has to be its own thing so it can actually have physics, so it moves around. The back of the coat right here has to be separate from the front. The neck has to be its own thing. The goatee doesn't have to be its own thing. Do I want a wavy goatee or do I want a stationary goatee? That's actually a good question. Because goatees don't wave in the real world, but this is the virtual world we're working with here, fellas. Okay, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday! Doing anything special like cake? Well, thank you first of all for the happy birthday, and second, I just had pizza, so I did have my special thing. After that, we're actually gonna go grocery shopping because it's not that I like have a preference for grocery shopping. It's just that we really need to go grocery shopping. And unfortunately, it just has to be on my birthday. But whatever, we'll go do grocery shopping, take care of that, and then probably that's it for the day. Just chill day, calm down, chill out, have a good day. I did not mean to zoom out. Okay, let's see. I guess my YouTube pseudonym of blah, 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 blah wouldn't fly. Yeah, I'd say leave it as stationary just to reduce the visual noise. Possibly. Maybe we'll leave it stationary for now. And then we'll see what happens. Okay. Anyways, you can get really specific with like everything that you want to move in Live 2D. But, you know, it's up to you how specific you want to get it. How much of a headache you want to try to deal with when importing all this stuff. It's all up to you. Okay, so remember the eyes are actually going to be very simple compared to most like anime looking eyes, because mine is just the glasses and like this part. The glasses are stationary, but the pupil, or the iris I should say, is the thing that's actually going to change and move around. Now, one thing that I don't have to worry about with the head in Live 2D, or at least not in what I'm going to be working with is rotation. Like, okay, yes, the head can move like this. It can move like that. But the other directions, like rotating left to right or up to down, that doesn't seem to be a thing that most programs support very well. If you watch HoloLive, members of HoloLive, well, you know, Cover, that company, they do use their own in-house face tracking software, and that software, yeah, that one does track head rotation. But most other programs I've seen do not do that. Including, again, the ones I mentioned, and VTube Studio, which I would really like to get VTube Studio, but you need a phone that has a camera with facial recognition on it before you can do that. And I don't have one of those. I don't have a fancy phone. I just have an Android with an average camera. But if they ever release like a webcam version of a VTube Studio, I will definitely get my hands on that, because VTube Studio seems to be a pretty good option for those that have the tools for it. It's what the Sundaria girls use. It's what a couple of other people use, and it looks great. Okay, now let's see. You're not gonna be seeing this part of the glasses. It's gonna be covered by the hair. But a thing that I keep seeing everyone mention with Live 2D is that you want to make sure that you don't leave anything with a blank space, because when the model is moving around, those blank spaces will show up. You will probably see them from like the back of the hair or something, or the back of your head. So you want to try to not leave as much. You want to try to leave as little empty space as possible in all of your layers, is what I have learned from watching tutorials and what people have said on forums and help boards and all of that stuff. Okay, let's see. Get that in there. And I could just reverse that. Like make a copy of that, so that way it'll stay accurate. Maybe. Well, if we're gonna do that, let's make sure we actually get this looking right. It's not recommended to do that for, you know, if you actually want to improve your art skills. But this is not an art skill improvement project. This is a try to get the thing looking as accurate as possible project. So yeah, we can go ahead and just actually make sure that the eyeglasses, yes, they are connected. Okay, let's see. I'm sure there's some VTubers out there that's loaded up with like 100 accessories, ribbons, bells, earrings, etc. Oh, there's plenty. There's a good principle of layered animation in general, 2D and 3D. Yep, that is a good habit to get into. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy that, and then I'm gonna reverse it, flip it horizontally, and try to fit it as close to the other one as I can. Unfortunately, Paint Tool side does not have a lot of options for like mirroring a full image. The best you can do is literally just get an entire layer set and copy paste it on the other side, which is unfortunate, but that is what it is. Okay, that seems about right. Yes, it doesn't have to be like pixel perfect, but get it as accurate as you can. That's the recommendation. I saw a Cheese's video the other day where he mentioned some Nintendo 3D games closing off limbs and joints in a cone, so the cutoff between different parts of the rig are less noticeable. Yeah, that's reasonable enough. Okay. Imagine if a ballista and a rocket launcher had a baby. It'd be the Ballistazuka from Mortal Shell, a Souls-like game. Pretty cool, but not very flexible to use. I have seen videos of Mortal Shell. It looks cool. It looks fun. I wish it had a demo so I could give it a shot, but it doesn't. So I just have to Just have to deal with that. But yeah, I've seen gameplay videos of it. Yeah, it basically just looks like Souls. Just not. It's not actually Souls, but it looks like Souls. So hey, it'll probably do all right. Seems to be doing decently well on the sailing boards and all of that. That looks. Yeah, that looks okay. Actually, this part right here is bothering me a little bit. That. And now it looks a little bit better. Okay. So now we can go ahead and merge all of these layers together. Merge that. Pull that line work. And save. We have to remember to save often. I think that I didn't do last time. I can't believe it's not Dark Souls. Oh my god, there's that actually that's a great name for that's like a great like satirical name for that genre of games. But you know the ones. I'm not sure if Demon Souls falls under that category because Demon Souls is older than Dark Souls. But it's also Dark Souls. I mean, it's not Dark Souls, but it's Souls. Like officially speaking, it's Souls. I don't know, but I am excited for that game. It's actually going to be a launch title for PS5. So hey, if you're getting a PS5 and you want to try a Souls experience, but you never have actually tried a Souls experience before, get Demon Souls. You might like it. Anyways, what does this look like? Yes, it looks like the enemy eyes glare. I actually kind of want to have a facial expression that looks like that. But we have to make sure we just have the normal face first, and then we can work on the funky we can work on the funky expressions once we have the basic expression down. Okay, I still want to play Demon Souls, but I'm much more likely to find emulation options than to buy a new console just for that. Well, good news for you. There is a I have heard that they've made ample progress on the emulation of Demon Souls, the original Demon Souls, on the RPCS3 emulator. So hey, if you really want to play Demon Souls, but you don't want to pay for Demon Souls, you can do that. Or hope that the Demon Souls remake also releases on what's the name of it? Steam or PC in general. Okay, let's go ahead and make the goatee real quick. I also have to think about layer hierarchy. I mean, I can change it here, but the glasses are definitely gonna go on top of the face. What I'm a little concerned about is that if they can go on top of the face, but can they go below the? Oh wait, I think I know the solution for that. So we can make the eyes be on top of the glasses, but what I've seen people do is that they make like a skin part, like a layer that's just like skin above and below the eyes, and that's what and they put that on top of the eye layer, and that's what allows the eyes to go up and down without like clipping over where they're supposed to be. So maybe we'll do something like that. But I've also heard that Live 2D actually does have a feature to fix that precise problem. So we'll see what we do. Okay, and it was goatee. Let's go ahead and do something like that. I might add like one more strand of hair down here just so it looks a little bit better. Okay, let's see. Unlike the Souls games, Mortal Shell has a running innuendo gag. Really, is a method of guarding is hardened. You beat bosses and collect their type of glands, and you get to drink nectar from these glands. Well, that's a little explicit, Mortal Shell, but you know what? It's their game. They can do what they want. Okay. Oh yeah, the eyes. Are you still going to make the glasses and the eyes one and the same like you said before? Yes. Like the way that's actually going to translate into this layers is that the eyes, basically the eyeglasses are the scleras, the white part of your eyes, rather than making actual eyes below these. I feel like it just looks it looks nice. I'm actually using that picture that we made on the previous stream. I've been using that picture a lot on, like, actually I have it here on Twitch right now. I have it on Twitter. I have a number of things, a number of places where I'm using that, and it looks nice. And today we're gonna make that a version of that picture that looks even better. So I might even replace the old one with a new one. Who knows? Anyways, that's the goatee. I guess we should make the nose real quick. I mean, it's just a line, but we should put it in there anyways. Again, as I mentioned earlier, head rotation is it's not going to be a concern because the programs that I'm going to be using don't really do head rotation too much, or at least as of right now, they can't. In the future, I will have to worry about the nose looking a little bit more natural, but for now, that looks okay. As long as it doesn't interrupt with the mouth opening. And I actually do have an open version of the mouth. So let me see if I can get it. Yep. Get that. Boom. So that's about as wide as my mouth's gonna open, or the mole's mouth. So as long as it doesn't interrupt with the nose, it'll be okay. We might have different mouths that open wider, I mean taller or wider, depending on the facial expression. But for now, this is the main mouth that we're going to be using. Okay. What's your favorite style of nose? I know that sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Lots of different art styles take really different approaches to drawing noses. It depends. It actually depends a lot on the angle of the nose, because when drawing a nose from the front is kind of awkward, because that's a thing pointing directly towards you that's really hard to convey in 2D. So that's why I make a line. That's all. I just make a little line. Like, I try to give it a little bit of a, like, if I really zoom in, I could kind of tell like there's a little bit of a pyramid shape, but it's very, very slight. You can make a dot. You can make 2 dots, so it's just nostrils. You can make nothing, and it still looks fine, because you wouldn't believe that, you don't believe that the character doesn't have a nose. You just believe that the character is looking straight at you, and that's why you don't worry about the nose. It's from the side that noses start looking more unique, and when you do that, then is when nose shapes really get funky. And I guess then is when it just depends on the character. Like, a really ugly wizard old man might benefit from like a huge nose that hangs down like this, whereas a young character might benefit for like the pointy nose. It depends on what the character looks like, what nose might fit them better. Though I will admit, the pointy Waluigi nose is pretty good. Anyways, I'm running out of water. I have to do this for 2 hours. This water has to last me 2 hours. Okay. Pointy nose like from Igor from Persona. Yes, that's a cool nose. Yeah, I mean it's not cool, but it's funny. It's memorable. Okay. I guess let's go ahead and make the what am I gonna do? Let's go ahead and make the eyes. And it has to be, you have to separate each eye. So we're going to be left eye, and it's going to be a line work. And we're just going to make a line. I mean, not a line, an oval. Try to make it as accurate as I can, as circular as I can make with my hands, and not a tool that lets me make this even more accurate. Actually, let's take the glasses off so I can track this a little bit better. There. Man, that pizza was good. Man, that pizza was good. And it wasn't too fat. It didn't have too much fat or cheese or anything weird on it, so I'm okay. I'm not super full. I'm like satisfied full, which is the best kind of full. And because I didn't have breakfast, because I was saving up for the pizza, I'm not like about to explode either. So that's great. I might even have something else later today. Usually when I have pizza, that's the only thing I have for the whole day because they're so big. But this pizza was... It made my heart happy and my tummy too. But not sickeningly full. So I think I already said what I'm trying to say, and I'm just trying to say it in multiple ways. Okay, that's the eye. So we're going. That's the left. Actually, no. That's the right eye. It's the left eye in the picture, but it's my right eye with the face. Okay. Where'd you get pizza from? Little Caesars? I did not get Little Caesars pizza from my birthday. No, we went to a local restaurant. It actually opened not too long ago, like earlier this year it opened, and somehow it survived the pandemic, while 2 other very good Italian restaurants right in front of it did not. So that's a little depressing that they didn't, because we went to those as well and we liked them, but well, at least one of them made it. Okay. There's a character in Advance Wars, Dual Strike, which I'm playing right now. The only part of her nose you can see at all is the nostrils. You'd think that come off as ugly, but it actually works. It simultaneously follows the small nose, no contours pretty trope, and gives the impression that she's constantly looking down on you, which fits her character perfectly. You don't see that often, especially in anime style art. Yeah, I want to say that that Tales of characters, Tales of Symphonia specifically, like Lloyd, has that sort of nose style where it's just the 2 nostrils. And it looks fine. Like it depends a lot on art style and how you can make something work in a particular art style. Anyways, flip that horizontally and try to fit it as close as to the other one. Yes. Okay. And then put that over here. Alright, my keys are breaking a little bit, so I can't press the right key anymore. So I can't just press right, which is dumb. I'm gonna have to get a new keyboard sooner or later. But not a concern right now. Okay. Actually, the eyebrows should go above both eyes. It's not really gonna it's not like this eyebrow is gonna come in contact with this eye, but you know, we'll make it like this, just for the heck of it. Okay, there's gonna be a right eyebrow, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna copy paste once we've done it. It's only on Lloyd's wanted poster that his nose is more defined. Yes, I guess the thing about like the bigger the nose, the uglier it is. Like it's very weird, not weird, rare to see a big nose that looks pretty. I guess noses are just generally not like a very attractive part of a person if it's above a certain size threshold. So that's why a lot of anime characters like to keep small noses. But you know, it is what it is. Okay. We got the bushy eyebrows here. Not like super bushy, but like a little bit bushy. And go down and connect it over here. I'm so used to drawing female characters that I've actually had to really think about how like male characters look as compared to female characters, but that's okay. We're figuring it out. Yeah, I'm very much not used to drawing this, but we'll make it. Okay, I see what you mean, especially on Regal's official art. Yeah, I want to say like 90% of non-joke Mies people make use of the exact same default little nose. Yes, that is probably the case. Probably the same with like Mii fighters. You won't see big noses on serious looking Mii fighters. As silly as that sounds, some people do try to make those Mii fighters look serious, which is, it's hard to do because they're Mii fighters. Mii fighters by their very nature look kind of silly. They can look a little bit cool, but for the most part they just look silly. So you know. think it's also because noses are usually accompanied by sickness or smelling stuff. Huh. I never thought about it that way, but you know what? You got a point. Okay. Let's go ahead and... Can I... Okay. There. I don't have to call it everything line work. Especially because I'm going to be merging everything in each individual section into one layer eventually, but for the time being, it is fine. Okay. Where's the exact spot? A little bit more towards the right. Hold on. I think that's about correct. Maybe... Like that? No, like that. Like that. There. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. I'm tempted to start browsing the entire TV tropes noses category. I'm sure you'll find some fascinating examples in there. Okay, well that's the eyes. Let's put the glasses back on, because that looks kind of weird without the glasses. And fittingly, because the glasses are such a big part of the design here, I've decided that my VTuber icon is just gonna be eyeglasses. I haven't seen anybody else use them, so we might as well. But yeah, at least we got one fella that's been rocking the big nose looking for the last 35 years. His name is Mario. Apparently. Apparently his first name is Mario and his last name is Mario. That's what the game theorist said. I don't actually know for sure. I don't care about Mario lore that much, to be honest. Anyways, actually, let's go ahead and make the mouth real quick. And the mouth. Well, we're gonna have to actually separate this into several mouths. Actually, no, yeah, we'll save the mouth for later. Because the mouth's gonna be like particularly complicated. So let's make the hair. But which hair? Front hair or front bangs or front. Yeah, front bangs. I think that's what we should call it. Okay. The Luigi Mario clip from the Super Mario Bros. Movie is one of my favorites. That is pretty good. Okay. So yeah, front bang is gonna be like this, that, and that. Kind of. Okay, hold on. Yeah, this should definitely be separate from like this part and that part probably. The hair's complicated too. Huh. Okay, well, let's do what I for sure know has to be up here. This hair has to be up here. Also, I'm trying to keep a consistent line work size. I mean, not line density. Like, I could make some really thick and some really thin, but trying to keep it consistent because again, another thing I've heard is it's better to keep it consistent rather than trying to get too creative with it. Otherwise, you're gonna face some problems when rigging your model. So let's put this over yonder, over here. Why would you change the line thickness without hitting any buttons? That is called density. I'm pressing the thing really hard. I'm pressing it really lightly. It is a thing that most pen tablets should have, actually. If yours doesn't have it, then you're probably using an older model. Or you might be using a mouse. Not sure. But yeah, it's a thing that just about any modern Wacom tablet will allow you to do, and any drawing program will allow you to do. Let's see. Alright. how long have we been streaming? We have been streaming for 42 minutes. So again, we're aiming for approximately 2 hours. By the time it's 5 p.m. over here where I am, it'll be close to the time to end the stream. But that still gives us plenty of time to at least finish the line works that we have to deal with up here. Okay. Let's see. I might want to turn my fan on quickly because it is getting kind of hot in here. Kind of hot in this room. Like, we did just start the fall season, but it's still kind of hot in here. Okay. Anyways, we should try to connect as much stuff as possible. Don't leave any gaps. Okay. I think mine has that feature, but I usually keep it off so all my lines are uniform in width. Okay, well, yeah, if you're looking for uniform lines, then turning it off is the best approach. But if you're trying to draw normally, it is a good idea to turn it back on. At least I would suggest. Of course, every person's art style fits their methods best. So you do what you need to do. Okay, I'm actually gonna turn the head off so I can follow this a little bit more accurately. Weather has been cooling down, and yet somehow I still hit 77 degrees in my room last night from just sitting around watching live streams. Yeah, it's like, I think Monday was pretty okay. It was pretty chilly, but otherwise it's still like just fresh out of summer. We're still gonna have hot weather for a while. I say that, and then like a week or two ago, I think Colorado had snow. Believe it or not, that was pretty wild. Okay, this is the part that I'm not sure of. What I feel like I should do is actually make one more bank that goes like down to here somewhere. And then make that separate, but then again, this actually looks fine. Okay, let's do it just like this. And if I don't like it, I can change it. Let's see. There, connected right there. I don't know if I want the eyebrows to be on top or below the hair. I mean, I know I want their movement connected to the eyes, but I don't know if that's gonna be affected by like layer hierarchy. We shall see. Okay. This in there. Okay, come on. Okay. So anyways, what else be going on lately? I just thought of something I wish I hadn't. If this character has animal ears on top of his head, what are his glasses resting on? Hair. Just a thick enough parts of hair that hold them together. Which is actually a funny thing. Particularly with 3D models of VTubers. Because a lot of them, you know, they have like animal ears, like cat ears or whatever. And they also have human ears. And even with live 2D models where they'll do that. And it's particularly funny when the character, like when the actual VTuber doesn't know that their model has 2 sets of ears. Like they know that they have like the animal ears up here, but they don't know that they have this normal ears on the side as well. And then at some point or another, they like move their head enough to realize, oh shit, I have normal ears as well? I didn't know that. And they've been using the same model for like literally years, and they literally just now realized. Okay, anyways, I messed this up a little bit. Let me try that again. I feel like that was a little bit too inaccurate. Okay. Fair enough, looks messy enough to support glasses just with tangles. Yep. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, in my case, I'm not I'm not going to be messing with normal ears. Just if this hair moves around, you're just going to see more hair back there. That's the ears. Okay, so I need this hair to go high enough so I can cover this beginning part of the ear. And I don't like that line right there. I want to do this like this instead. Okay. And I suppose that's the front bang. Yeah, that's fine. The thing that's gonna mess me up a little bit is that this is gonna have to be separate. Maybe. I'm gonna make it separate just to be safe, but I might be able to just merge it later. So we're gonna call that the side bang. Just one. It's more prominent if you have long hair, but in my case, I don't have super long hair. I am giving myself a little bit of an easier time with this model compared to a lot of other VTuber models. Again, the eyes are simpler, the hair is shorter, and I've even heard people say that you should only focus on that. You should actually have two separate versions of the model. One that's full body, like this one, and one that's just like the torso and the head. Because oops, didn't do that. Because the less stuff you have to rig on Live 2D, you know, the better it is for not only for like the texturing of it, because you know you only have so much space for textures, and it probably will just make the model easier to animate. Like the less stuff that the computer has to process, the better. So yeah, that's my plan is gonna be finish everything, do the entire model, and once I have the entire model, we can then start shrinking it. We can shrink it if we need to. We can cut it up into separate pieces if we need to. It's a lot easier to go from full to half than half to full. So that's gonna be the approach. Okay, that's the side bang. That's all I need to worry about that over there. Now just make the back hair. That's gonna be the rest of the hair. I'm gonna call this line work. Line work, not line orc. No, line work. There we go. So thinking of news that dropped this week, Kirby Fighters 2 was released with no build-up or fanfare whatsoever. I saw an article that mentioned it, so fair enough. That's literally the only thing I saw. I'm on the fence about buying it. If you haven't heard of Kirby Fighters before, it's basically Super Smash Bros. With stamina meters and Kirby copy abilities. Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for it in some Nintendo Direct. I can't remember which one. One of them. And yeah, it looks okay. Looks fine, I suppose. It might not be bad. It's just not particularly hype. It might be best to watch a couple of videos first before making a purchasing decision. And you know, okay, you know what? It's a thing that Crash Bandicoot 4 is doing that I'm not a fan of. There is a Crash Bandicoot 4 demo, but you can only access that demo if you pre-order the game. So it's basically like, I know you're really excited for this game, but but if you can't wait, here's a demo we put out for you if you already pre-ordered it and you already know you're gonna buy it. I feel like a demo should be a chance for the player to play a little bit of the game and let them decide if they want to buy the game or not. It's thanks to demos that I discovered a lot of games back on the PS3, and I was like, you know what? I want to play that game. Ooh, this game looks cool. I want to play that. And you know, they would have demos, and I would play those demos. It was great. But we don't do that anymore. Apparently now demos are just gatekeeping behind pre-orders, which beats the purpose. Like, You buy a demo because you want to see if you like the game or not, so you want to buy it. But like that, you know, I'm sure you see the problem here. But whatever, like I am excited for Crash 4. I do want to get it. I'm not gonna get it at launch. I'm not gonna get it soon because I'm still broke, honestly. But I will still criticize Activision for their backward ass thinking and greed. But whatever. There is no hair that I'm drawing over right now. There is no line work back here. But again, as I mentioned earlier, try to leave no gaps. So this ear is gonna go in front of this. But I'm trying to make it so it looks a little bit more natural. Okay. That's like completely against the spirit of PlayStation's old school demo discs. Yeah, like you would buy the demo discs, and they will give you a bunch of games. Like, you know what? Out of this, like 5 games that I played on this demo disc, I want to get this one and this one. I didn't like the other ones, so I'm not gonna get them. Now it's times have changed. That's for sure. And I wouldn't necessarily say for the better, but whatever. Okay. Anyways, let's see. Back here, we also have to make sure that all of this back area of the hair is covered. Otherwise, it's gonna look kind of funky. Let's see. It might not even matter too much, but I want to make sure I get this done right the first time, because it's a long process, and if you make any mistakes, having to go back and fix it is gonna take quite a bit of effort. Okay. Let's see. It's actually raining today. It's kind of sucky for it to rain on your birthday, but I mean, it's not too bad. It's not like going to knock my lights out and destroy my internet rain. It's just like average, normal, everyday rain. It didn't stop me from getting pizza, so that's cool. Rain is there too. All right. Well, that lets me know it's basically just the south that has rain at this precise moment. Let's see. Okay. So, let's talk about some stuff that's happened lately. So, HoloLive English debuted with 5 members, and all of them have had explosive growth beyond what any other HoloLive brand has ever done. Like, even HoloLive 5th Gen, which debuted like less than a month before HoloLive English debuted, was doing really well. And then HoloLive English happened. It's just like, holy fuck! Like, Gura, the shark girl, she already has 400,000 subscribers in less than a week. It's honestly baffling and inspiring too, because it lets you know that there is in fact a very big audience for English VTubers. It's not just the Japanese ones that really care. And you know, VTubing was, you know, it basically started in Japan and has been mainly a Japanese thing up until recently, where translators really started to come out and make stuff for the Japanese girls and HoloLive and Nijisanji and all of those. And the English Western VTuber audience has just been growing exponentially over the past year. Like, it's not even been that long. It's just been about a year since like the real noticeable growth of English VTubers, and that's great. I think it's great that we're all getting a chance to shine here. Okay, I don't like how long this particular strand of hair is, so I'm gonna spice it up a little bit. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Actually, hold on. Do it like that. Okay. It seems they didn't realize just what scale their Western viewership was on. Yeah, and yeah, it's pretty impressive. They're all very fun. It's not just because it's because of Hololive. They're all actually pretty cool members. They all got very unique designs. They have the whole Hololive myth thing, so like they're all mythical creatures except for Amelia Watson, which is the detective trying to investigate the mythical creatures, and it turns out her personality is the most like like a mythical creature. That was a whole thing. Anyways, if you're interested, go and check them out. Just look up Hololive English or Hololive Myth. You'll find them. But yeah, they have allowed a lot of people to come in. A lot of people. They have raised a lot of interest in VTubers in the West. Which, I mean, there was interest already, but they increased that even further. So, that's cool. Okay, this is kind of weird. This ear is going to go in front of the... Oh, this is weird. Technically, I should make this ear part of the back hair. Because it goes behind this strand of hair, but in front of this one. And the best way to do that is going to be to mix them together. But at the same time, that's... I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe... Or maybe we can separate... Yeah, maybe we can separate this layer... This part of the hair. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just again, play it safe. So this is going to be the back hair... Okay. Back hair right. And we're going to make it into back hair left over here. Okay, so I'm going to leave that right like there for now. And then back hair left. And call this line work. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this a little bit transparent so I can draw on top of this too. Okay, I don't have an expert opinion, but I think it'd be fine if you closed off the hair at the joint and continued on the ear in a different layer. Again, that's the problem. Closing off the hair like here at the joint would mean that when the ear moves, you're gonna see a gap back here. So, yeah, I think what I'm doing right now is probably gonna be the easiest way to handle this. Hopefully, if not, we'll just take care of it. It's fine. It's no big deal. Okay. Anyways, back to Hololive English. They're great. They got a rapper, a Reaper rapper. They got a Phoenix with an interest in JRPGs and fun games. She actually just today she started Takanashi Kiara, that's her name. She started her playthrough of Fire Emblem Three Houses. She's gonna go with the Black Eagles route. If you're interested in watching that, you may do so. Who else? They got Mai Nanis, the Eldritch Abomination that's actually an angel and draws really, really, really good. She draws excellently. We got Gorgor again, the star of the show. She literally said just and that was like the funniest shit ever. And then we got again Amelia Watson. She's just a case. She is in the case and she is the case. To put it lightly. Okay. Anyways, let me connect that real quick. Make sure that's connected. But again, besides the Hololive English girls, there are a lot of independent Western VTubers. Obviously, I'm gonna have to be independent. Okay, I know my Holo TV was opening for auditions, and they still are open for auditions until like the 30th or 31st of October. So I could apply to them, but they're set in Malaysia, And like they're making it seem like you can apply to them even if you don't live in Malaysia or have or speak Malay. But they're also kind of just suggesting that you would have to travel to Malaysia, possibly, which makes sense. But I don't know if I'm about to go to Malaysia just out of nowhere. Not I have a problem with Malaysia, but I mean that's not an easy thing to just do. You can't just go to Malaysia unless you live in like the Philippines or Singapore, which is right next to it. But no, I don't. I'm in the US. That's not right next to Malaysia. Okay, let's see. Connect that. That's what I did. Okay, if I was playing Tree Houses for the first time, I'd pick Golden Deer. It seems pretty chill. That's what I did in my book. That's the most satisfying conclusion to the story. Fair enough. But you know, you can. I think she specifically asked on Twitter, like, which one should I go for? The one. And people were telling her that like Golden Deer is the one that's going to give her the least like emotional hardships. And she was like, no, I want the most emotional hardships. So that's why she went with Black Eagles. So there you go. That's the reasoning behind it. She wants to suffer. Okay. I won't relocate on a dime, even for a dream job, personally. Fair enough. Yeah, again, that's it. But again, they're not being very specific about how relocating would function. And that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to apply. Like, what if I get applied and I get approved and they make my model and everything, and then once I'm done and I'm like, okay, can I stream now? Oh, actually, no, first you have to come to Malaysia and fill up some paperwork. I'd be like, oh, are you gonna pay for the airplane? Are you gonna get my visa? Like, is this gonna happen? Like, what's going on? What are we gonna do about this? Okay. Also, I realized I actually need to make the lines go inwards a little bit. Yeah, hold on, let me fix that real quick. Yeah, the lines need to go inwards so that they again, they don't interrupt too much with each other when the model is moving. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but you get it. Okay. Anyways, let's see what else is there lately. I'm starting to see a lot more English VTubers also announcing their upcoming debuts on Twitter. You know, ever since Hololive English launched, it's just been a good thing for the community overall. It just increased this. It just showed Japan how big the English side of the community can actually be, how active it can be, how successful it can be. I'm like, Jesus Christ, the donations that they've been getting is insane. Like, I thought the Japanese ones got a lot of crazy donations, but holy fuck, like just hundreds of dollars and Canadian dollars flying left and right for these VTubers. And even Spanish VTubers are starting to make a rise lately. Thankfully, I'm bilingual, so I can catch both audiences. And I would like to learn Japanese, so I can catch 3 audiences. And hey, maybe we can throw more languages in there. I don't know. You don't know what the future holds for you. Okay, well, it's a one-off trip that doesn't involve moving in. I'd consider that a viable option. But I wouldn't consider it a rational option, considering what a waste of jet fuel that is, and how many online options we have at our fingertips these days. Yeah, so again, there's a lot. There's as a deep part of me that kind of wants to try it, but the rational part of me is like, hold on a second. It's not gonna be that easy. Okay. Anyways, we need the ahoge. Let's see. Call that line work. I don't remember what the word for hair is. I don't know if it's actually gay or K or something like that. I know it's a short word, or it might be key, or I'm not. Okay, I don't remember. But I know aho means like dumb or stupid. So I did not mean to select that. Okay. So ahoge is just like dumb hair. That's what that word means. If you ever wondered about that. Hegao, that's an entirely different word with an entirely different definition. So I'll get back to you on that one when I can break that word down into its individual prefixes and suffixes and in betweens, even though it's not a long word. Okay. I hate how often I confuse those words when reading them. Yeah. I'm sure it's a lot easier to distinguish in Japanese. Probably. I don't actually know. Okay. Anyway, there's that. Now we just need the ears. And that would be the hair part over and done with. Then we can do the mouth and the neck. And after that I might do what we did last time and just start coloring. Because I have to, sooner or later, I have to start merging these layers together. So that I have enough layers in the future to do stuff. Have you seen the trailer for Final Fantasy 16? Parts of it look straight from 14 and 15. I have seen the trailer. It looks fun. It looks cool. I did see a lot of people making comparisons that it looks a lot like 14. And I don't blame Square Enix for that, because with the insane success of Final Fantasy 14, like Final Fantasy 14 is very successful. It has ever since A Realm Reborn, not the original Final Fantasy 14, but ever since A Realm Reborn released, Final Fantasy 14 has like consistently been one of the most popular, highly played MMOs on the market by Japanese players and Western players. Like, you can very easily find a Final Fantasy 14 stream, and there's also a lot of social interactions in there as well. Like, I don't know why, but I see a lot of people like peer pressuring their friends to play Final Fantasy 14, which is like, I've played the beta of it when it was available on PS3, I believe, or PS4. I'm not sure what console it was for, but I played it, and it was cool. But I wasn't like crazy for it. I just thought it was cool. But maybe it's gotten a lot better since then. But even with that, I'm a little bit afraid of getting back into MMOs. I've got a history with them, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to go back into that history. Okay. Anyways, merge that down. That's the right ear. Let's make the left ear. But actually, the left ear has to go back here, in front of the back hair, but above the ahoge. So let's call it like that. Left ear. The first character is the same. First character is the same between both worlds, as you might expect. I have like Noctis in Final Fantasy 15 looks the same as this new. I don't know what's his name, Joshua, or is Joshua the little kid? Actually, I think Joshua's the little kid. Point is, it looks very, very, very similar to Noctis. But the main difference that I'm saying though is that they're going to with high fantasy instead of like modern setting like Final Fantasy 15 was. And they're going back with medieval knights and dragons and magic and all kinds of fun stuff, which I personally like a little bit better than the modern setting. I mean, I don't have anything against Final Fantasy 15. I think it looks fun. But I do prefer the setting of that 16 is going with. Maybe add a little bit more color is what I would do. Yeah, add a little bit more color, and then it'll look perfect. What else? What other trailers did they release on that recent PlayStation thing? There was what's the name of it? Oh, wait a minute. No, hold on. Oh, this is gonna be weird. Something has to overlap here. Nah, actually, hold on. Yeah, this is fine. We don't need this part of the year. Anyway, what else did they release in there? They showed another trailer for Resident Evil 8. Okay, wait, hold on. Resident Evil 8. They're calling it Resident Evil Village. And even though there's a very clear VIII, which stands for 8 in Roman numerals, they're insisting that it's not Resident Evil 8, that it's just Resident Evil Village. But they're also making it very clear that there's an 8 in there, and I don't get it. Why are they saying that it's not Resident Evil 8? Like Resident Evil 7 was already a numbered Resident Evil title that didn't resemble its previous entries at all. Just like Resident Evil 4 did back in 2005, I think. So why not just accept it looks like Resident Evil 8. It looks like a direct continuation of Resident Evil 7. It looks Resident Evil-ish, kind of. It looks not like classic Resident Evil, but it looks like Resident Evil 4 meets Resident Evil 7. Which still makes it Resident Evil. Maybe a little bit too much werewolf and not enough science experiment gone terribly wrong, but I still think it has some of the spirit in there. But whatever. But we did see a trailer. The game looks great. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to more information. I would be ecstatic if they announced a remake of Code Veronica. That would make me very happy. Like Resident Evil 8 Village makes me happy. A remake of Code Veronica would make me very happy. But we can't. Beggars can't be choosers. Anyways, let me adjust the hierarchy here a little bit. Hold on. So the back hair obviously has to go on the back, but the front bangs, this stuff is below here for some reason. Okay, back hair right, back hair left, side bang. That should go... Yes, that should go below the front bangs, but above the back hair. Yes, that is correct. And then the left ear, and then the ahoge, and then the right ear. And now I can do with the mouth. Here, I'm gonna make it just to not drive myself crazy here. I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna do this. And I'm just gonna call this hair. Is it true that the next Resident Evil remake is happening to 4? I feel like it really doesn't need a remake. There has been a lot of rumors that Resident Evil 4 is going to be getting a remake. But nothing is confirmed yet. There has been talks, there have been rumors, but there is no solid proof that Resident Evil 4 is getting a remake. And I agree, I don't think it needs a remake. Resident Evil 4 is already a pretty stellar game. Like, it has aged like fine wine. I've seen a lot of people play Resident Evil 4 today. Like, not today, but like in today's gaming climate. I played Resident Evil 4 a little bit myself not long ago, and it still plays excellently. There is no need for a remake. Like, I can definitely understand a remake for 1, 2, and 3. I would love a remake for Code Veronica. But Resident Evil 4 does not need a remake. That game is as close to perfect as a third-person shooter can probably get. And that's a high order that I'm giving it, but it is a really good game with a lot of, like, there are minor improvements that you could make to it. You don't need a full remake for that. Just a remaster that goes a little bit above and beyond to, like, give some more quality of life improvements and adjustments. But you don't need a full remake. That's just a remaster. So I wish they did that instead of whatever else they want to do. Okay. Anyways, let's get the mouth going. Again, the mouth's gonna have to be a bunch of separate layers. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna call this the upper mouth. And the upper mouth, actually no. Mouth closed. We should call that instead. And that's just this line. But we're gonna have like an upper mouth closed, a lower mouth, no, not closed. An upper mouth open, a lower mouth open. All those sort of things. And I like to have little gaps in the mouths like this. I think it looks fine, but we can't do that here. So we just have to make the whole line for the mouth. Otherwise it's gonna look weird. There's a lot of stuff that you would like to do, but you just can't because it's gonna look weird on Live 2D, so we just have to deal with it. Okay. Let's see. That looks... yeah, that looks alright. Maybe make this middle part a little bit thicker. Okay. So that's the mouth closed. Now let's open this thing, get the mouth, and we're gonna make a wide open version of the mouth. And I will probably need to go back and make adjustments to it, but for now this will hopefully work. All it needs is a good proper remastering. The fan-made one or Vinny Plate looked pretty good, but nowhere near stable enough. Yes, there was a Resident Evil like fan remaster. I haven't seen it yet, but it probably works fine. I mean, it looks fine. And again, I'm mostly concerned gameplay-wise. Gameplay-wise, Resident Evil 4 does not need a major overhaul. There are many games out there that could benefit from that. I would love to see a remake of Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve had some really cool ideas. It's a really cool game, but it's also an older game that, you know, falls under a lot of the old design formulas of the PS1, which are a little bit dated by now. But you know, okay, mouth. Actually, here, upper lip open. We're gonna separate this into lips, and then we're gonna make the inner mouth its own thing. I don't know if this is gonna be the right way to do it, but if not, we can adjust it. Okay, so we're just gonna make this part and this part, and then connect it. I just ready to talk about noses earlier. How do you feel about lips? I think it's good to draw them, but the more emphasis placed on them, the uglier the character looks to me. Even if they're played as a beautiful with copious amounts of lipstick or whatever. Yeah, lips are also a little bit of a weird area. Like, oftentimes what you can do for lips, if you still want to like define the lips a little bit, is add this. You know, you don't draw the actual lip itself. You just draw like mouth parts that that define where like the mouth ends and begins or whatever. But yeah, generally speaking, I prefer to not draw lips. I have tried drawing lipstick before. It's weird. Like, it's doable, but I don't know. There's something weird about drawing lipstick. And now, obviously, certain characters actually look pretty good with lips. Particularly dark-skinned characters. Lips stand out on them a little bit better. Personally, I think, from what I've seen, at least most examples online, dark-skinned characters do look a little bit better with lips. But for the most part, yeah, if you don't want to draw lips, it's not a huge thing to sacrifice. Alright. Thoughts on the Dragon Ball's Android 21. She's no Super Saiyan, but you did say you'd rather see Tails not ignoring. She uses her as well. Isn't that the one with glasses and the weird blue red? Check it out. Yes, Android 21. She looks really cool. I actually really like Dragon Ball. 21's design. It's one of those instances where it feels like Toriyama puts a lot of effort into his character designs sometimes, but not all the time, and that's one of the times where he does. Like, there's a lot of characters in Dragon Ball Super. Period. There's a lot of characters in Dragon Ball Super that have not been in other Dragon Balls. And I don't know, a lot of them look boring to me. All of them look kind of weird, kind of like they're missing a lot of detail and they just look bland. And then 21 comes on and it's actually, like, Toriyama does not make particularly complex looking characters most of the time. So he does what he can with a little bit. And 21 is one of those where he actually tries to do a little bit more. Tries to make it a little bit more detailed without going overboard and makes a character that looks good. So I wish we saw 21 more often, or at least get a in like animated series. But at the same time, video games in general are becoming a pretty big thing. Like, even when it comes to like games based on a series, like an anime or anything like that. Like the Dragon Ball games, just not ignoring the anime and the manga, just the games, they make pretty good money. They got pretty big communities, like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and even Xenoverse still. They're getting updates. Yeah, Xenoverse 2 actually recently got an update that added Supreme Kai of Time, so you don't necessarily have to be on the TV show to make it to the big leagues, as they say. And especially nowadays when we're all switching to digital stuff, and just being on TV is just not that important anymore, I think. So, you know, that's the thing. Anyways, what's going on? Okay. We're going to make a separate layer where we're going to put the details of the mouth of the inside of the mouth. Mouth inside. That's going to be the teeth. Teeth and the tongue. Okay. Yeah, I'm also getting a bunch of text messages here. Let me just make sure what's going on. Nothing important. Okay. I literally cannot name any of them aside from Beerus and Whis. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Some of them are cool. Caulifla and Kale, like the Saiyans of Universe 6, they're cool. Kaba is alright. But yeah, it's so many characters introduced in such little amount of time with so little oomph behind them that you just kind of don't care for the majority of them. You care for them for a little bit and then you stop caring. And like what was his name? Jiren? The main villain of the... Well, not the main villain. The main guy of the Universe Tournament arc, or whatever it was called. The Tournament of Power, that thing. He's so bad. as a character. Like, he's just a guy that is really, really powerful for absolutely no reason. And he's just, like, boring. And, like, his backstory is that he's, like, trying to... Like, he's always been told that he needs to be more powerful. And, like, that's basically his backstory. So he just trained to become really, really powerful. And, like, isn't that the backstory of, like, everybody? Everybody has that backstory. Like, why is he more special? Why does he get to, like, be so freaking strong that he can go up against, like, Goku in his new form? Because he gets one, like, he gets, like, 3 new forms every season. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing that makes me, like, not care too much about the Dragon Ball anime or manga anymore. It's like, the writing is really not there. But with the video games, at least, you can ignore the writing and just enjoy the fun of it. That's the thing you can do with them. You can't do that with the with the anime or the manga, which do rely on the writing a lot more. Okay. Then again, it seems like the Dragon Ball Super episodes I've seen are the wacky slice of life. Honestly, those are those might in the long run be more enjoyable. Like the one episode where Arale comes in and almost destroys the world. That was pretty good. You can and the thing is that because those are like spin-off episodes, you can watch them in whatever order you want, and you just still have a fun time with it. Okay, there's actually one more mouth position that I have in here, which is like half open. So we're gonna do that. And I'm not sure exactly how this is gonna work, but we'll figure it out. So the inside of the mouth should still be back there. Actually, in fact, the inside of the mouth should be below anything. Yeah. So we'll close that. We'll keep that open, and then we're gonna make an upper lip and a lower lip of the mouth half open. Yeah. Arala came back in Dragon Ball Super. Yes, there was one episode. Only one episode where she came back. And as you might imagine, it is a comedy episode, a spin-off episode, non-canon. Pretty good. Go watch it if you want. You need basically no prior knowledge to anything that happens before or after that episode. You can just watch that episode and it's great. Okay, upper lip half open. I'm gonna make it around here. Wait, forgot to actually make a layer. There. And what else? There's a new Inuyasha series. Again, I've mentioned this before, but there's a new Inuyasha series. It's gonna start airing apparently October 3rd. And it's gonna air in Japan and the United States, or well, internationally basically, simultaneously. So you can watch that if you want. I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch it, not because I don't like it. I actually do like Inuyasha, but I don't know. Maybe I can hold off on it for the time being, so I can marathon it later. Or honestly, I just don't have much interest in watching anime right now. Just about the only thing that could really make me tune into anything right now would be probably like, what's the name of it? Demon Slayer Season 2. And even that, I don't know, it's just not, I just haven't been in the anime mood lately. And I actually have to be in the mood for anime for me to watch it. I can't just force myself to watch it. I used to be able to just watch anime non-stop, but that's old to me. That is no longer the me that you're seeing today. So yeah, okay. Anyways, put that in there. I don't know if I'm gonna need this this lower mouth that's half open, or if we just need the fully open, and then the closed mouth, and then it's just Live Today is gonna be able to do everything in between that. But it's good. I guess it's good to have this just in case. Okay. So with the, I tried to make this specifically so that the teeth wouldn't show up, but the tongue does. So if I could, I'm not gonna erase the teeth, but imagine the teeth are not there, which is easier said than done. You will only see the tongue inside the mouth when it's about this open. Maybe I can use this mouth as a guide rather than a thing. Anyways, that's the mouth. We can go back to the original, the one that we had. And now the last line work I want to work on tonight is the neck. Okay. I feel kind of the same way. I'm either in the mood to watch zero anime or in the mood to watch all of the anime. Like when I binged through all 5 seasons of JoJo in a few weeks. Yeah, like you have to really be in the mood. You have to be exposed to enough clips and information and memes of a certain anime before I get, or at least me, I have to be in the mood to watch. Like after being exposed to it enough, like, you know what? I have interest in this now. I've been exposed to it enough to want to go watch it. So I'm gonna go watch it. And then I watch it, like, yeah, it was great. Let's watch another one. And then I start 3 episodes later, I'm like, this is good, this is great, I like this. but I'm not in the mood. So I end up just dropping a lot of series sometimes. So instead of trying to deal with that, I just don't watch it, and that's better. Okay, last thing, even though it's all the way at the bottom, I'm gonna do the nick. And I forgot to name something over here. Hold on. That's line work. That's line work. That's line work. That's layer 1. Okay, let's call that line work. Again, I don't need to do this. I just feel like I should. Okay. Call that line work. And once again, we're gonna have to do a thing where even though the code starts right here and the head starts right here, we're gonna make the lines go over those so that we can adjust that there's no weird clipping when the character is moving. Okay. Also, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, throughout the entire stream I have had like very slight background noises playing, like a library ambient sounds is what I have. If you couldn't hear any of it, that's okay. It's background noise. You don't need to hear it. But I guess while we're on the subject, I do want to have eventually I will like to have some actual music playing on my stream. So it's not with playing a game. I would shut the music down and just let the game play its own music. But you know, when we're in a stream like this one, low energy, just chilling, I like to get something. And maybe what I have been thinking is maybe, and again I say a lot of stuff and then I don't actually do it, so take it with a grain of salt. But maybe we can do like a messing around in dreams, like the PS4 dreams engine thing, and see if I can make some music out of that. Or if not, go look for something, or if not, ask somebody to do it for me, or you know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'd like to see more dreams. Yeah, definitely dreams would be fun to mess around with. In general, not just for music, but just creating stuff. I think that would be one kind of content that could separate me a little bit from other VTubers. Just messing around with dreams. Because despite how popular it is despite how popular it was for a while, and despite the fact that it is a really cool thing to mess around with, I don't think I have seen any VTubers, Western, Japanese, Southeast Asian, or otherwise, play or do anything on dreams. And it's like, wow, I thought this would be a little bit more popular. Guess not. Actually, I'm not sure how I feel about this. There's a little bit of inequality in this neck. Hold on. Here, I'm gonna do something kind of weird. I'm gonna copy that, and I'm gonna flip it, and I'm gonna make sure that lines up, and then I'm gonna erase that, make that invisible. And we're only going to erase. We're going to erase everything that's not this part of the neck. Okay. Anyways, I haven't noticed because wait, hold on. I've had the ambient sounds of rain in my room anyway, so I didn't notice. I haven't noticed because of my laptop fan. People have told me this. Fans are whispers, but they're louder. But they're loud whispers. Yeah, it's they will always tell you that the fan is quiet just to sell it to you. I do have a relatively quiet fan here in my room. I haven't even turned it on though. And considering how much my computer's screaming at me, hold on. Hey, water, don't fall off. Okay. There. I just turned my fan on and it's not even that loud, so that's cool. Otherwise, let's put this back together. Now this should only be It is not. Okay. Well, that's what we have binary colors for. There we go. Binary colors tells you exactly what's going on where. Okay. So now, hold on. Put that back over here. Now there's still something over here. Probably this. Maybe up here. Now is that just a line? Okay, there we go. Now I can put that back to normal. Okay. That's a shame. It's a lot of fun to just hop around different micro games, even if you never make anything yourself. Also, I've heard it's like the one game I want to break off from the PlayStation and go cross-platform. Yeah, if Dreams came to PC, bravo Sony, you just made yourself $1,000 per second or something like that. No, but seriously, it would be excellent to have Dreams on PC. It's honestly baffling that it isn't, because it looks so creative. Okay. Obviously, it is creative oriented. It looks like it would be so much easier to make stuff with a mouse and keyboard than with a freaking PlayStation controller. And they've done their Media Molecule has done their absolute best to make what's the name of it? To make Dreams work with a PlayStation controller. And even with that, it just looks like it would work better with mouse and keyboard. I wonder how much of the user interface is hardwired to work with the motion controllers. Not that much, honestly. Like, you can use the joysticks for a lot of stuff. Like, they actually understand that a lot of people don't like motion controllers. You can just use a PlayStation 4 controller and use the joysticks for most things. Like, there's some stuff that I think you do actually have to use the motion controls for, but I'm sure they can adjust that to a mouse and keyboard. And if you can do it on the joysticks, on the analog controllers, on the analog sticks, you can do it on mouse and keyboard. There's absolutely no way you can't do that. So yeah, I would love to see Dreams on PC. Sure, I've said that before. I'll say it again because it's true. The Surface PC release would be excellent. But yeah, that's a kind of content I would like to mess around with eventually. Unfortunately, the normal PS4 does not run Dreams super well. It does struggle. The PS4 struggles a little bit with Dreams. But it can handle it. It's just not very anything that's a little bit more complex, especially when you're creating. Not so much when you're playing the games or the creations, but when you're creating the Dreams. That's when your PS4 starts tanking and lagging and being weird. And especially a normal PS4, maybe a PS4 Pro can handle it. I don't have a PS4 Pro. So whatever. Okay. There it is. That's the line work for Live 2D for the face. Still have all of this other stuff to do. But for now I suppose that's good enough. So I still have about half an hour, well, more like 20 minutes actually. What we're still having here. I'd like to go ahead and start coloring a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and save. And then I'm gonna grab the this other picture that I made. Again, it's the exact same rough draft, but this one was on a small canvas. Like, this is at 100%, and I was just the head. This is at 100%. You see, it's bigger, and again, I added the body, so that's why it looks like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some of the colors that we use, though, so it stays consistent. We can set that invisible now. And here's another thing that I'm used to doing with my normal pictures that I can't do with Live 2D. I like to use the Magic Selection tool. Magic Selection tool works great for like, hold on, Like when you're drawing inside a selection, that is closed off. But when the selection is not closed off, it just selects everything. And I'm used to just closing out, just, you know, putting everything in the line work layer and working with that, but I can't really do that this time, so we are just gonna have to do what we can. Okay. Anyways, any other games that I've been playing lately? Yes. I think the last time I streamed I mentioned that I was playing Prototype. I finished that. I finished the game 3 times. Once on every difficulty, so we could get all the necessary trophies and achievements and stuff, and it was fun. There are some problems with Prototype, but it is also a very fun game that does some daring, well, not daring, it's just fun. It's just like a fun game to play. After that, I played Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil remake, and I also beat that like 6 times for all the different achievements and trophies. And now I'm playing Darksiders, the first one. Again, for all this time on the hardest difficulty, so we can get all the achievements and stuff. And that's just what I've been doing. And that has been entertaining. That has been entertaining me enough, so where I don't need to do what's that? What I'm trying to say. It has been entertaining me enough, so I don't need to worry about buying new games because I've got plenty of games as is. Plenty of games to beat. Got plenty of stuff in my backlog. I don't need to worry about buying new games because I've got old games that I still need to get through. And I'll be doing that for a while. Now, I should not do this first. Maybe. Or actually, it doesn't really matter. Here. Let's just try to select some of the open gaps a little bit. I'm thinking like maybe I should do the neck before the head, because the neck is below. But it'll be fine. Okay. Let's close that off. And now we can just do that. One thing that's going to be also a little bit weird and complicated is the shading. Particularly like up here. Because the shading has to be a separate layer that moves alongside the hair. Like the hair shading can't be part of the head. It has to be a separate... What I might do is I just... I'll just like copy and paste. Maybe, hold on. I'm actually not sure what I'm going to do here. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, shading is weird. Because shading has to be its own thing that moves around as well. But for now, let's see if we can... yeah, you see like right here? That's how I did it this time. This time we have to be more detailed, but also keeping in mind that it's gonna be much better to keep the mouth part with no shading, which we don't want to put any shading around the mouth, because when the mouth moves, that shading is gonna be clipped over. That shading is gonna look weird, so we don't want shading in the mouth. We can put shading in the nose. We might do a little bit of shading in the nose so that it looks like it's at least facing some kind of direction, but not in the mouth. The mouth has to stay shading less. And I'm not sure if I just go ahead and start shading now, but like technically I'm supposed to, or if I should wait a little bit. Because there is some stuff that we can shade, just not all of it. I feel like I need a slow-mo clip of a VTuber moving their head around to get an idea of how the shading moves. People usually don't put much shading around the mouth anyway, right? Aside from maybe a little light spot on the upper lip. Yeah, that's usually what people do. So we're just not going to do that. And that's another thing why I kind of want the character to look a little bit like a Tales of character. Because Tales of characters don't have much shading. Particularly like... Maybe like the newer generation of Tales of games do have a more detailed art style. But if you go back to like Tales of Symphonia, Tales of the Abyss, Tales of Vesperia, they don't use a lot of shading. They use shading in a few areas here and there. And despite the low shading, it still looks fine. They look good. So, which one I have to see what I can do. Another fascinating observation on Symphonia's art. Yep, it's... Again, I played that game for so freaking long that I started noticing microscopic details of that game. It's just what happens when you play a game for literally more than 200 hours. It's a little bit wild. Anyways, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make that a clipping layer. We're gonna make this color, and we're gonna soft shading, light shading can be on the head layer. Harder shading is gonna have to be its own thing. I bet it made things a lot easier to cell shading part of the game. Yeah, probably. Anyways, let's see. Like that. It's gonna have to be shaded. And that. Okay. Something I learned about automatic YouTube ad placements from Carcinogen SDA is that if you have ads in 1 hour plus videos, YouTube will put a ton of ads within a short time frame at the beginning of the video and none in the second half. He just noticed this and apologized to his viewers for not placing the ads manually. Yes, actually, I noticed that the other day. I was watching a stream that was about 2 hours long, and I shit you not, I had to deal with like 10 different ads in the first 15-ish minutes of the video. And after like after all the ads came in at once, no ads, not a single ad. So manual ad placement is something that I didn't consider, that I didn't even know you could do, but it is important. It makes the watching experience a little bit smoother, especially if you can place the ads when it's not so intrusive to put the ads. It's a little wild. Anyways, okay, I found Kratos' portrait graphics from the sprites' resource, and wow, the bulk of his shirt uses exactly one tone of color. How did I not notice this before? Yeah, I know exactly what it looks like. Yeah, it's Lloyd. Lloyd also, his shirt is just red. There's very little, just that one red color. There's very little else going on in his shirt. Hell, his entire outfit is basically just red, minus his pants. His gloves are the same color. It doesn't use a lot of colors. It doesn't use a lot of shading, and yet it looks fine. So art style is key when making this stuff. Okay. Anyways, let's see. So you're not going to be seeing any of this part of the head, but it's good to have it there colored and ready, just so we can move around that. And now let's do a little bit of blend. I know people freaking hate the blend tool. I don't mind it though. So I think it looks alright. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, who's another one? Colette only uses like white for most of her outfit. Sheena only uses like purple for most of her outfit. And even though the characters on some of the later Tales of games are a little bit more detailed, it's still not too shading heavy. Like Luke from Tales of the Abyss, it's also just white, red, and a little bit of black here and there. Tyr has like maybe 4 colors throughout her entire outfit. It's wild. Okay. Anyways, I feel like that color should be a little bit different. So let's save that. And then we're gonna make the color more like this. Nah, that's too dark. This. I'm trying to get this exact. I mean, I can do this. Hold on. What I could do is I just turn this to normal, and then do this. But multiply does make the color combinations a little bit better. I suppose it's fine for now. Yeah, we'll just do normal. And then... yeah, okay. What a coincidence. Sheena and Colette are likely like the only characters not on that page on the sprite's resources. Did you know Lloyd was a playable character in Soul Calibur Legends? What a weird cameo. Yes! I believe I... Yes, I remember seeing something about that. It's been a long time. I don't remember what he looks like. I don't remember what he's like. But I do recall at some point seeing that Soul Calibur had a Tales of character in it. But more importantly, I remember the Tales of Hearts. The original release of Tales of Hearts. Not the Tales of Hearts R on PS Vita. That there were two versions of it, and what actually changed is the art style. In one version uses 2D sprites and 2D art, and the other one uses 3D models instead. And the 3D models look like they're from they're made like with, I don't know if they're actually made with like the Soul Calibur character creator, but they look like they were made with the Soul Calibur character creator. And considering this is supposed to be official art for the game, it don't look that great, let me tell you. Okay. Anyways, let's see. Let's get some luminosity in there. We'll do it for like the cheeks. That there. That there. A little bit over here. Mind that. And that. And now we're just gonna start blending that. And it doesn't change too much, but it changes a little bit. It makes the picture look just a little bit nicer. It's a little bit more bright and colorful than it would otherwise. Okay. Didn't Lori get a Mii Fighter costume in Smash 4 or Ultimate, or am I imagining? Yes, I'm pretty sure Lloyd has a costume. There might even be more Tales of characters that have Mii costumes. Maybe, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But they might. And I would much prefer if we had an actual Tales of character. I think there's multiple Tales of characters that could make a fun character in Smash. But it's up to Sakurai. And speaking of which, we haven't really gotten a whole lot of Smash Brothers news this year. Like, yeah, we did get Min Min, and like that's it. It's like the only Smash thing we've gotten this year. Just a little bit disappointing, but at the same time I understand. COVID is a thing. It's a bad thing. It's been affecting, and we can only hope that it hasn't hit some of the people working at Nintendo and Smash that hard. But it's very likely and possible that it did. So, you know. If there's any others, it's probably Kratos. Yeah, fair enough. So then again, what's another very popular Tales of game besides Symphonia? I mean, Tales of Vesperia was pretty popular for a while, especially with that remaster he got. Well, let's see. How can Sakurai reach out to other companies for the rights of their characters when the outside world is still made out of bricks? Fair enough. You know what? That makes perfect sense. You can't have an emergency meeting like you can in Among Us when everything is just bricks. Worlds made of bricks. Okay. Anyways, that's the head. That's what the head's gonna look like. I'm actually starting to run out of time here. We've been streaming for about an hour and 57 minutes. I'm going to at least wait until this ambient sound that I have playing right now finishes. And then we can probably end the stream. So let's see if we can at least make the neck before that happens. So go ahead and make a new layer here. Actually, before that, what I should do now is blend this head into one. But I don't know if I want to do that immediately or if I want to wait a little bit. So I'm going to wait a little bit until while my layers are still fine. And let's see. I think having a Tales of Celia character for Smash would be nice since both Tales of teams worked on that game. Yeah, like I think Luger would probably make a really cool Smash character. He's got a pretty ample set of tools at his disposal. Or they could make like I know they separated Zelda and Sheik into two characters, and that's fine. You know, Zelda and Sheik do play very differently. But I feel like it would be really cool if they did something like that with Jude and Milla, where instead of one or the other, you actually play as both of them, and you switch between them like you do with the Tales of Celia's like partner switch system. And that would be a really cool fighter right there. Again, there's excellent options for Smash characters in the Tales of series. It's just a matter of Sakurai actually taking his time to look at them and saying, you know what, yep, these characters are cool. I wanna put them in my video game. Okay. Let's see. I feel like that's not right, but whatever. Okay. Let's see. So we're just gonna have to close it like this manually. I don't like doing it like this, but this is what we have to do. I mean, I could try to do a little bit better closing this thing, but it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. Hold on. There. Okay. So now we're gonna close the neck. And that's the neck. And now we're gonna try to select a couple of things within this neck. Like that thing. And that, so we don't have any gaps, which we find. Again, this is the model. We have to try to be as correct with it as we can. This isn't a rough draft. This isn't a practice drawing. No, this is the real deal. I can give myself a little bit of lenience with the design, but not the actual performance of the drawing. I have to actually try at this. Okay. I feel like Kirby Star Allies had a good approach to multiple characters filling one spot on the roster. An entire trio of characters, the Magi Sisters, automatically tag in and out with each other after certain attacks, or just by using switching moves like the Pokemon Trainer from Smash Bros. Yeah, again, switching characters are just great. Dual characters or team characters, pretty cool characters. Let's see. Okay, so that's gonna be this color, same as the head, and we're hiding the head so that I can know what's going on back here. But obviously it's not gonna be a concern. Okay, we can go ahead and deselect that now. Make a new layer and put the head back on just so I can grab the color, and then put the head back off. Now this is an interesting case where we can actually, we can probably put the head back on. The shading on the neck doesn't have to be as specific as the shading on the hair, or with the hair, because the hair is going to do its own weird, wild thing, but there's not going to be much of that going on here with the neck. I guess I could make like a head shadow, and that could be its own thing that moves, but it's not necessary. It's not urgent. And especially depending on like how deep I make the next shading go. So like if I make it like, say like this. So how did I do it here? Yeah, like you said, that's not too bad. So if I make the shading of the neck around this much. Yeah, like the head the head shadow would probably fall at the lowest, like right here. So if this is gonna be below that, we don't need to worry about it. Yeah, so we don't need to worry about like a separate head shading maneuver. But we're gonna try to make this like a soft shading part, and then we'll do hard shading, and then we'll do lighting, and then that'll probably be it for. Actually, my ambient sounds just ended, so let's go ahead and finish the neck, and then we'll do what we need to do. Okay. Actually, here's a good question. What's gonna be going on here? What I can do probably is that. Don't shade the rest of it, just shade that little part right there. And we'll make that a little bit easier to work with. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna not blur, blend. And that should be good. That's gonna look, yeah, that looks roughly okay. Not perfect, but again, it's fine. The less important the body part is, the less you have to pay attention to shading it properly, I suppose. Like, I don't have to go all out on shading the shoes when you're only gonna see the shoes when I pull out the full body model. I don't have to go all in on that. I don't have to go all in on like the hands when you're not gonna see the hands most of the time. And you're gonna be paying attention mainly to the face, so the face has to look really good. And yeah, the torso part has to look alright, but the face is what I'm really concerned with here. Anyways, let's see. See what we can do here. Okay, there's also the animals from Kirby's Dream Land 2, where the character you're controlling automatically changes depending on the context. Flying switches to the owl, running switches to the hamster, swimming changes to the sunfish, and certain special moves will bring out a specific animal to perform the attack animation regardless of which one you're controlling. That sounds good. I'm surprised you even bothered drawing anything above the torso, but I guess this will come in handy later as a reference image. Below the torso, yeah, below the torso. It's good to it's good to have a full body version, but yeah, we're mainly concerned with from here upwards. From here downwards, it's fun. Like, I got here. Actually, here, let me explain this word right here. That is O, and that is Mizu. That is the kanji for big. That is the kanji for water. This is just a big water. This is a bootleg PlayStation controller. And there's a fan, because I always have a fan with me in case it gets too hot. As the joke. Okay. How much of the body are you planning on showing on screen most of the time? A portrait shot from waist to top, or what? Here, let me give you an estimate. About, if we pretend this entire area right here is like the stream, the game, I expect about that much of me. About that much. You'll be seeing me right here. About this much of me moving around, and this is gonna be like the game. We can have like chat over here or down here. We can have random info on whichever one I'm not using. And that's roughly what we're going to be working with. So, yeah. Cool, that's too much covering up the screen. That's not too much covering up the screen. Yeah, it's... Yeah, also, you know, if I make the game screen not the whole screen... Like, I know some people will make just the entire screen be the game, or whatever they're doing, and then have the model here on the corner. If I make the game screen a little bit smaller, that allows me to cover the game even less with the model. I know some do like to go a little bit bigger. Like, I think Gura from Whole Live English covers about that much, which I'm not going to criticize. It's up to them. It's their stream. They may do as they please. I like to actually have a little bit of a focus on the game, so I don't want to cover it too much. So about this much we're going to be working with. Ideally, you know, roughly, more or less, that much. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, at first I thought that was an inner tube. Imagine you're going to have some kind of frame around the game to better incorporate the live 2D model. Yes, I would like... That is another thing that I have to work on, you know, besides the model and the live 2D rigging. Some kind of frame, some kind of stream layout. Down the road, if we're able to get monetized and stuff, I have to start working on emotes. All kinds of fun stuff that we get. We got plenty of time to be working with. And I did mention on Twitter, not on my main Twitter, but like on my VTuber Twitter, that I want to upgrade my computer before I'm really ready to start doing live streams as a VTuber. And I'm waiting until around Thanksgiving, or more accurately Black Friday season, when all the sales starts, and see if I can get myself a good deal. I mean, if I see something really good beforehand, that's cool. But otherwise, Black Friday, that's roughly where I'm aiming at. Okay, anyways, let's see if I can make this a little bit cool here. All right, what did I do here? Nothing much. Oh, I forgot the little. Right, this thing. Let's see if I can add that real quick. Actually, hold on. Yeah. Like that. Come on. So I'm using size 20, that's the problem. There. Okay. And then will streams make a return for real? Yes, when everything is ready, when everything's set up, I'll try to get back into streaming like I was doing before. Again, I still have work to take care of. I'm working more than ever these days. But if I can fit, I'll try my best to fit some streams in there to the best of my ability. So we can at least do 2 or hopefully 3 streams a week. Something. Because I have missed streaming. I've wanted to do it more consistently. It's just kind of difficult. Okay, as the Adam's apple, one of the most baffling pieces of male anatomy. Yeah, I don't know why we have it, but we have it. Okay, and man, it's going to get rough this holiday season with both of us. Yeah, I don't expect it's going to be particularly easy, but we'll see what we can do. Especially have to be careful to not get sick. That's the main concern here. There's going to be a lot of people. A lot of people already think that we're done with the coronavirus. The coronavirus is over. There's no more coronavirus. You can stop wearing masks now. No, we're not done. We're not done with the coronavirus, sir. Please put your mask back on. Okay. Or ma'am. There's a lot of women also not paying attention to that. But really, I don't get. It's like, why would you not give your children a mask to wear to the grocery store or wherever you're taking them? Like, why would you wear a mask but not your child? What's the logic there? the child gets sick. The child is more vulnerable than you. Why would the child not be wearing a face mask? I don't care if they're going to throw a temper tantrum. They're going to throw a much bigger temper tantrum if they get coronavirus. Like, what? Jesus Christ. Anyways, I'm not gonna try to reason with that because there's no reason in there. Okay. Will you be continuing the from the games you left off on too? Tales of the Abyss, right? I'll have to think about it. I probably won't just continue off because I'll have to make something. But again, I'll think about it. I'll see what makes most sense, especially regarding a new audience and all that. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I told you already, but it's looking like there won't be any big changes to my work schedule in the near future after all, because they think it doesn't affect... Oh wait, I read 2 comments straight after that. There won't be any big changes to your schedule. Cool. Because they think it doesn't affect children. It can definitely affect children. Oh, no one except me was wearing a mask at a restaurant when I went to today. Oh man. The restaurant I went to today, there were some people not wearing a mask. I mean, okay, I get it. You can't wear a mask while you're eating. I understand that. That makes... You're not expected to wear a mask while you're eating. But you're expected to wear a mask every other time. When people are coming to talk to you and ask for your order and going around you. And that's how I do. I put my mask on. I come in with the mask. I make my order with the mask, and when my order gets to my table, then I take my mask off. And when I'm done eating, I put my mask back on. That's how you're supposed to do it. You don't just not wear a mask because you're going to be eating at some point. Or your entire time at the restaurant is not going to be stuffing your mouth. So when you're not stuffing your mouth, put a mask. That's that easy. It's not. I know it's a little difficult to wear a mask the first couple days. I promise you get used to it. I promise it's gonna be okay. You're not gonna suffocate. You're not gonna die. It's cool. It's fine. You will be okay. Now please put your mask on, ma'am. Okay. There's a Danganronpa V3 character who eats while wearing a mask somehow. Oh boy. I haven't seen more than 1 or 2 hours of that game, but his design already stands out to me as mega weird. It just disappeared on my head. Yeah, it's a... I know Danganronpa has some pretty wild character designs. I haven't seen all of them. I just seen a couple of them, but they are pretty out there. Okay, we're almost done with the neck. I just have to make this shading a little bit nicer to look at, and maybe make the colors a little bit better, and then we'll do the lighting, and we will call it a day. So our stream's gonna be more closer to like 2 hours and a half rather than 2 hours, but that's okay. Still have time to take care of my other stuff that I need to do tonight. Okay. So let's see if we can make that a little bit lighter. I don't want it to be that dark. So like luminescence, add that a little bit, saturation. I don't need to change the color, just the saturation and the luminescence. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. And then a little bit of light is what we're gonna add. Luminosity. Get the normal skin color and start adding. Cool. Anyways, in regards to getting back to streaming, I do have some good news on that department. Is that that issue, that thing that oftentimes prevents me from streaming, you know, that very uncomfortable issue that I don't want to bring up too often, but I did have to bring it up once, that has gotten a lot better. The issue doesn't come up as often anymore, and when it does, it's very obvious that when it does, so I can prepare for it. But for the most part, it has been that issue that anyone that has been actually following me for a while, that has gotten a lot better. So that's good. That's great. We still have roommates upstairs that need sleep, so I can't... For sure I can't be too loud when I'm streaming. Especially the further we go into the night, I can't be too loud. When speaking at normal volume. I know a lot of VTubers like singing and karaoke. I'm not entirely against the idea, but definitely not when it's like late at night and people are trying to sleep. Hell no. I can't sing, and I'm not about to wake people up with my fucking terrible ass singing. Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyways, I personally don't go eating out because I'd have to wear a mask. I wouldn't want any food stains to rub on the inside of it. I always order for delivery and eat at home. Yeah, that's what we usually do. You know, today was special because of my birthday. Otherwise, we do order, get it here, eat at home, relax. I don't think I've dined inside a restaurant since like March. I've done it like few times, and yeah, for the most part, it's much better to not bother not only yourself, but the staff that works at the restaurant. You don't wanna put them in danger either. I did pop into a mellow mushroom last week, but took the pizza to a nearby park to eat it. It was fantastic. I haven't had mellow mushroom in quite a while. Hey, it made me kind of hungry, actually. Anyways, today I did a head and neck. That's all I managed to do today, but that's okay. We'll save, and then I'm gonna keep working on this probably on my own time, and we'll see the next time we can stream. But for now, that's about all the time I have for you guys today. So, let's see. When did the song Bakamitai become a meme? Yakuza? Yes, it's from Yakuza 0. I'm not sure if it appears in any other Yakuzas. But, yeah, it's just, I don't know, I guess Yakuza just recently exploded in popularity, so people started requesting everybody and their mother to please sing a Dame you. I don't know how the rest of it goes, I just know that bit. Okay, thanks for the stream, looking forward to the next one, I appreciate it. I will definitely let you guys know when the next one is happening. I'm trying my best to be more active on Twitter. Not the one you're following already, but the other one I'm using. Trying to get more people to know about me, get my name out there, so when we get back, we can have a little bit more activity in the chat. And yeah. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been all for today. And so here says goodbye. I can't say Holo Play 45 anymore. That's not me anymore. I need a new I need a new goodbye because I'm not Holo Player 45 anymore. I use Holo Bastion now. I need something that goes along with that. I'll figure something out. See you guys next time.